What is up, my beautiful people? This is the Room for Three podcast, and thank you as always for tuning in. It is your boy Kev, and with me, as always, Mr. Tay, my boy G. What is up, boys? How we feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Thank you guys for all the listens for the last episode. Hope we didn't scare anybody with these conspiracies, you know what I mean? But we definitely love the feedback and the listens. I know this probably episode is gonna reach out a little later. You know, I had to take a little trip, a little vacation. But you know, we're here now, ready to get this thing rolling with the boys.
And it is your guy, G Money McFly, and you heard it here, folks. You heard it here. The reason why for the delay is because your boy Tay. I mean, what more can I? What more can I say?
Wow.
You know, this guy just, yeah, this guy. I mean, right, exactly. This guy here, you know, a couple episodes in, taking vacation already on the job.
Yeah, man.
You know, so blame him. But no, seriously though, guys. You know, we're back and happy and excited to get back the ball rolling and trying to get this out to you guys. And so, how we feeling?
Well, first of all, I mean, how was your trip?
Right. How was the trip?
I mean, it was dope. Like, I know people kind of tell you guys, you know, Sin City, but it's just like it's a different world out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with this whole COVID thing going on, like it was like booming. You know what I mean? Like lines for the bathroom, lines everywhere. I mean, I did go with my lady, so I did get a different experience of it. You know what I mean? But it's definitely someplace I do kind of like tell you guys, like, just go experience it. You know what I'm saying? It's just people just smoking blunts down the road, drinking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
everyone, woo, Vegas! You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere, yo. It's definitely a place to go for sure.
I think everybody would like to go to Vegas. I think that's something that everybody put on their bucket list.
I mean, you know what they say, man. What happens there stays there.
Oh, so in that case, we'll jump right into this. No, we have a very special episode, I believe, coming right now. Like, I have really good faith for this. Drew a little inspiration from, our last episode when G got real positive on us. So, I'm going to ask y'all this, right? What did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was younger, first thing that I can remember is I wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh, wow.
A lawyer.
It's super different.
What made you want to be a lawyer?
So, like, and of course, as you guys know, I talk a lot, you know, and the way I debate and everything like that, the way passionate I was. I've always been like that, and I was told I'd be a lawyer. So
I can see you being a good lawyer for sure.
I kind of took that, you know what I'm saying? I kind of took that to consideration, and I was like, hey, maybe I can make a good lawyer, you know, and this is like really, really.
Like, if you were cross-examining me type shit,
mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You wouldn't get me, but anyway.
Damn, why would you have to be cross-examined? Okay,
yeah, like right. You know what I mean?
I was about to say, damn, we use this a witness to some shit?
Oh, well. Anyways, in other news, but yeah, lawyer.
I mean, mine was a little bit more far-fetched. I wanted to be an astronaut. I mean,
not far-fetched,
but that's what I was gonna say. I don't think anything's really far-fetched.
Yeah, but young. It's like, you know, I think I'm more looking at it to like me now. Nowadays, you know what I mean? Right. It's just like it's not everyday astronauts. Like,
listen,
hey, you know,
you can say mission accomplished. You definitely was an astronaut in your lifetime.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely got high enough to feel like I was in space.
So mission accomplished.
Same thing. What
I think I was on you on that voyage.
Oh yeah, you were there.
I hope so.
Definitely.
What made you want to be an astronaut originally?
I just think the more like just imaginary factor,
mystique of it,
just like space. Not knowing. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, what the hell? Like there's a place that doesn't look like how we are like now. You know what I mean? Like and you could just go there, and it could be your occupation. So.
What about you, Senor Kev?
I always wanted to be a baseball player. That was always like
since
I can remember.
Batting, Benoit. Huh?
Yeah, for those of y'all that do know, remember your boy playing baseball. Like, yeah, that was my everything. I slept all that, ate baseball, like all that shit.
Dope.
And ever since I can remember.
definitely look like a baseball.
I was,
sure.
I was a
100%.
beast, bro. I'm not even.
I bet.
We gotta do it. We
Teach your
gotta,
home.
we
Teach your
gotta do
home.
like a
I'm gonna
room for
yo,
three
you
softball
know,
game.
basketball. I transitioned to basketball after.
Right.
But I was 10 times better in baseball than I was. I wish I took that shit. I would have had a scholarship.
What was your
somewhere.
position?
Shit, I play anywhere. Shortstop was my shit though.
Okay.
You know,
Inspired by.
No more than Derek Jeter.
Nice.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
beautiful.
But Derek Jeter, the boy though.
Of course. He's a biracial angel.
He definitely is a
Biracial angel.
He is.
Yeah.
He definitely is.
That's awesome.
It definitely is, boys. I mean,
So when did that change for you? Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like, at what point did that be like, all right, you know, I can't be an astronaut. I can't be an MLB player.
Honestly, I think I'm more cynical in it. It's like, I don't know about you guys, but growing up, you know what I mean? Like, there was always a plan for you. You go in school, it's like, all right, you got to go to college. You got to go this place. You kind of almost steered into that direction to not really follow those quote unquote dreams. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's like, all right, this is the more logical thing to do.
this is the real world, yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think as you kind of like grow up, it's just like, first of all, you're influenced by different things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You start getting different friends, maybe some friends that are not necessarily the people that are backing those dreams or doing those things that actually feed those goals that you have.
That plays a lot into it, yeah.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
So I think that for myself, I think that's what I would say.
For me, it's not that route for me. For me, it was just my passion because along the way I was transitioned. I wanted to become an actor. You know what I mean? I felt like I can do that. You know what I mean? Just be behind the camera, act, study lines. And I remember, as a matter of fact, I can tell you exactly the day that I transitioned. 5th grade, I did a play, and I was literally like in almost every scene, bro. Every motherfucking scene, son. And I was just money with my shit, son. The expression. You see how I do sometimes? And he was like,
it makes sense.
hence the name. But anyways, it was just one of those things where I was just, teachers, other students, and I'm in the 5th grade, and they were like, wow, like you did an amazing job.
I've always told you you'd be a good actor.
And I wanted to be, and then my passion at the time for like movies and TV shows, like I jumped out of like cartoons and toys quick, and I found myself more like into sports and like movies and things like that. Like my brother wanted to watch. Don't get it twisted. I love my cartoons. You know, I had my Saturday morning cartoons, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I was more intrigued by a movie. You know, whether it be a comedy movie, an action movie, whatever it is.
I'm gonna let you guys know, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead, cut me off.
This dude, you can name any type of movie and he'll tell you the quote.
No.
Like, nah,
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
I mean,
it's a high number. I would say 10
8.9 out of 10. I would say. You know what I mean? Like, it's scary to the point where it's like, I'll think of a movie and I'll text G like, yo, where's this from? Oh yeah, 100%. Chapter 3.
Hey, listen, I watched lots and lots of movies, bro, in my lifetime, and I watched them millions of times. And going into Cable Guy-esque, you know what I mean, so to speak.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's a perfect comparison to it. You know how he just grew up in front of the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily that I grew up in front of the TV. I was more intrigued with it, like the TV shows. I was more intrigued on how they set it up and how they get it together and how they do the casting of the. I was literally infatuated. Like that's why, if you notice, a lot of times I know a lot of actors and everything by their name as opposed to their character that they're synonymous with. You know what I'm saying? Like a Mike Epps, to a lot of people, he's Day-Day. You see what I'm saying?
Right, no, exactly.
For me, he's Mike Epps. You know, he has range. He's done many things.
That's where you can kind of tell people that they know.
For sure.
Savvy,
that's where you separate it. Exactly. And so for me, it was just like one of those things that I was intrigued with. I was interested in this person because I was quick to pick up that this person was in this movie and in this movie and in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it caused. That's what.
It's a really good trait to have because then you can see someone's range. You know. What I mean?
For sure.
Their capabilities. And
that's why you see, and you, like I said, I don't have to tell you guys. You guys know when it comes to the movies, when it comes to like. How many times that's our thing, like we just reenact movie scenes and we'll go for sure, and we'll just go scene for scene again. We'll just keep on going, and it's one of those things that's awesome.
I think it changed for me, kind of to touch on what you said, Tay, about certain friends might not have that same goal or like help you with that dream.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. I mean, when it's a freshman year, I didn't try out for the baseball team. Because at the time, the people I was chilling with, and we was just getting high. That was the fun thing to do at the time. That's what I wanted to do. I was young, stupid. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against them, because I loved all the times that we had, and I don't really regret it to that point. But
it's the reasoning for it.
It's the reasoning for it, because they wasn't necessarily like, yo, why aren't you playing baseball? Go play baseball.
Right.
Yeah. And it was like, yo, come smoke, come chill after school.
Right.
That's what I went and done.
Yeah, I don't
the temptation.
I don't think anybody does that intentionally. It's just kind of
exactly. That's what I said.
It wasn't with malintent.
Yeah. Exactly. There's nothing against them at all, but it's just to go off what you said. It didn't help me necessarily do what I wanted to do, so that kind of steered me off the path. And baseball was done for me after that.
And the crazy thing is that we go into those things, and there's people that tell us, yo, stay on track, do this, right? And we just kind of like, who are you, yo? You know what I'm saying? And then us being older, more wiser, more responsible, is just like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of plays into like us, like why don't we go for those things now? Like you mentioned, the acting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we go after these goals? These
especially in this
things?
day and age with the YouTube and the TikToks and all that other thing. That's how people are getting up there.
Right.
I definitely can. I just, for me, more is like a lot of that is very time consuming. See, things like that, you got
that's your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And exactly. You got to dedicate yourself to that. These people that become great that we know, they didn't just become great because they had the talent. Yes, they had the talent to go with it, but they also had the work ethic behind it, the dedication, the passion, and go ahead and wake up and go to these auditions and memorize these lines, etc. Put their heart into it. When you see an actor a la Jamie Foxx or Will Smith, to name a few off the top of my head, when they're giving you an emotional thing and you feel that when they're crying, that's a skill, that's a technique. They put their passion into that. That's not, skill and technique, yes, but the passion also is flowing through there. They're into character. A Jack Nicholson, when he plays, he can make you think he's the craziest of craziest son of a bitches, or he can make you think he's one of these, clever motherfucker. His range is crazy. Robert De Niro. There's a bunch. We can just go on for days.
People that just literally transform.
Exactly. But the thing is their worth ethic behind it. That's the thing that goes unseen. We see them on the big screen and we see them do their thing and we appreciate it. But the worth ethic to get to that point, all this, if you look into it, all the schooling they did to get to that point and things like that, that all plays a part.
A lot of times what people like that too is that they came from nothing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. In some cases.
And it's just perfect. It really is perfect examples, because there's no questioning, why can't I do that? Or they had an unfair advantage. Like, you can literally do whatever you want if you, like you say, put the work ethic behind it. And I think, if more of us apply that in life, do whatever you want, bro.
It's easier said than done.
Of course.
Right, it's a mindset.
It's a
mindset.
mindset.
have to like, really have somebody backing you for those things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's
some people that are just in the flow of life where you just can't stop. You know what I mean?
Sure. And all this ties into what we want to talk about today on the podcast, which brings us into we want to talk about like bucket list and things of that nature and mindsets. So all of this is all tying into a thing which we'll dive a little deeper into.
I like that. So if I could ask y'all a question, just for bucket's sake purposes, what's one place you guys would want to go?
That's hard. There's a lot of places that I think I would want to go. Kev, do you know, Kev? You want to take? You can go ahead.
One place I want to go.
Off the top of your head, there's like I said, there's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of places.
Just name a couple. You know what I'm saying?
I've always wanted to go to Italy.
Italy's dope. Super dope.
Super dope. It's a different. That's like a different world.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I think for me, damn. I would say, if I'm being honest, I would love to visit, I guess, the traditional Hawaii, just because of the, which I do, and I do have plans to go with my wife for our honeymoon. So that's the thing. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. We're definitely
all right. So that's on your bucket list.
I just want to take a step back. Let's rewind real quick, because I wanted to ask you guys before we kind of jumped in.
Okay.
I asked you what did we all want to be when we grew up? When did that change? So let me ask you this: what is it now? Like, what do you want to be now?
Oh, it's easy. I can go there. Yeah. Good. I want to be happy. Easy.
Wow.
Easy. I want to be happy. So simple. And I can make that happen. That's something I can obtain.
It's crazy. I was going to say that.
That was my answer too.
That's
wow.
100%.
Listen,
come on. 100% that was my answer too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Right there.
We're touching each other.
Yeah, right there.
Hey,
okay.
Hey,
not that way.
Put
inappropriate way or anything like that. But then
put your pants up, Carlos.
Right, at the table, Carlos. But yeah, just to be happy, bro. Just to be. I literally, I got my family, I got my job. You know what I mean? Realistically, not to say that it's crazy to do it. Like for me to obtain or to try to be an actor right now.
All right,
not that it'd be silly.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Go ahead,
because I was going to do almost the same thing.
If you had to pick, like, not necessarily the occupation, but
right, I see what you're saying.
What is it that you would want to do? You know what I mean? What do you want to do now?
Yeah.
Besides, being happy, of course.
Because happiness is such a vague thing. It's like everyone. First of all, everyone deserves happiness.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? Everyone should. That's something that shouldn't be something you want. Something that people should have. You know what I mean? A lot of that comes with
everybody deserves happiness.
Doing these goals, doing these things.
So that's what I say.
I mean, and I don't know. I don't want to sound too depressing, but I literally can't think of one.
You don't know what you want to do?
I wouldn't know what I would want to do. You know what I mean? I think I'm literally just so wrapped up in work and life and just. I wouldn't say maintaining, but just more so like
riding the wave,
not knowing. Yeah, riding the wave. I don't know what's next.
We're right on top of the wave, just riding it.
right.
Just
surfing that bitch.
Just
surfing. You know what I'm saying? And touch me, man. And I think I don't know. Like I guess that's my answer. I don't know, and I don't know if that's a sad thing. You know what I mean?
No, it's realistic. It's realistic.
I mean, and I agree. Like, there's not one thing that comes to my mind when you ask me that. I don't know. Like, it's fucking. It is crazy. Shout out to the people that do though and have it already. Like
that passion is
awesome.
It's a gift, and I follow a lot of like inspirational things on Instagram and Facebook and social media shit, and a lot of them say that finding your passion is what everyone should be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everyone should find because that's what brings the happiness.
You do what you love.
That's
you're not working.
Exactly. You're not working. You don't feel that strain, and it brings you happiness. You know what I'm saying? But. Again,
but yeah, so
streamer.
Go to the bucket list for y'all.
Streamer.
Streamer. Okay.
If I can have it now, I stream. I stream and do podcasting. That's it. I'd literally like to. I just thought about that. Not to cut you off. I literally stream and podcasting. I stream my video games. Everybody, I'm a gamer. Life. You know what I mean? Pass it on to my son, the legacy and all that, and just podcast with you guys. Just literally, like I said, we've all come together to do this because we generally just love doing this shit. We all agree. And have that in common about us, that we like doing it. I would like to, if I could have it up our way, I would like to just do this, and that's it, and focus on this.
That would,
you know what I mean?
That would,
and it could lead to that, with hard work.
Can you imagine
if we could just do this? I quit work so fucking fast.
You know what's so crazy is that I seen a video of some kid that on his stream called his job, quit, bro.
Wow, I want to be him.
Wow. He was just like, I'm gonna be a full-time streamer.
Let's make that a fucking goal right now.
Like that.
He got to a certain point. That's why
exactly.
Where he's good.
Yeah.
So that shout out to him.
That'd be a huge moment for just anybody. You know what I mean?
That's a life change right
because,
there.
Like you said, I can just this being my life right here, like talking and bullshitting with my friends, bro. Like this is anything. This is everyday thing, yeah. And they get paid for it.
And the reason why is just that for that reason, like you said. There is people who do make a living off this.
Yeah, so support us so we can be happy.
Right. But no, going back to like a couple episodes going, we always go back to an episode. I don't do this because I have an end goal and trying to get rich and famous off this. No, I just do this because I generally like shooting a shit with you guys and doing, podcasting was a thing that always intrigued me. If it leads to that, awesome. That's what's up. Thank you guys for the support because it'll be because of you guys. And I will be forever grateful, forever in your debt. And this is why we always, we talked about this. If it ever came to that point, we would love to give back and stuff like that. But of course, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's not crawl. Let's not run before we crawl.
Yeah, we're just scratching the surface right now.
We're still just getting through it, getting better at it. But that'll be mine. Streaming, podcasting, full time.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, that's good. I like that too.
All right, so we can jump back into the bucket list topic. What's on your bucket list? Like what? Let me hear that.
Well, one thing I think as far as a place and just to experience it is Japan, bro.
I would love to go to Japan.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I think what's crazy. I said Hawaii, and now that I think about it, I think you asked us this question way before we even thought about this, and I said Japan would be the place.
Japan would be dope.
Japan for sure.
The whole nother world, bro.
Yeah, literally. I would love to go to Japan.
They're just so
it's a different culture.
Yeah, it's just different, man.
I would love to go to Japan.
I have a big
very disciplined.
And I would like to experience it as someone that lives in Japan. Like I wouldn't want to be too touristy.
Fucking Fast and the Furious 3 type shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No, not even. No, no.
You know what I mean?
Listen, I would
You
love.
listen.
I'd like to stay there for a month. I don't think I can live out
Do
there.
like a program or something.
Right.
Like a school. Yeah,
Not even a school thing. Just to experience life in Japan for a month or a 3-month thing, a 90-day thing.
They got hotels. You can live in a hotel.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Do like a 90-day thing, 3 months in Japan because
It's fucking crazy.
I'll maybe do a 90-day thing, but I would want for like the month to be okay, and then us determine if I like it there, because I might not like it there. You know what I'm saying?
no, but you gotta finish. You got that's the whole point.
I don't know.
Complete it. You wouldn't. I'll complete it because it might not seem at first. It might seem rough, but then it might get better.
True.
It happens like that. You know,
True.
you don't want to be somewhere, and then by the time you know it, before you know it, rather
Go to Mario Land.
for sure. All that.
I mean that
hell yeah, I've been there.
Right.
You saying that to go to Japan? That's I think that's on my bucket list now because I know a few people that have done this. But shout out to my ex because we really good friends now.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her for sure. She goes on mad solo trips, and I know a couple people that just go on vacation by themselves, and that's fucking hard. Like I never thought about doing that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a mental
Yes.
a mental thing.
So that's you talk about going to Japan. That's something foreign. Imagine going on vacation by yourself somewhere. So
It's very
she went
therapeutic
to
too.
she went to Spain, England, fucking Miami. Like that'd be nuts. Imagine like I said, go to fucking Japan for like a month vacation.
Or like maybe backpacking in like Europe.
Yo, I just
that's a
talked to
thing. That's an actual thing.
I just
for
talked
sure.
to somebody that his son is a backpacker
Wow.
at work.
Yeah,
actually.
you just go to different
Just
all around
Travels.
Europe.
just
traveling.
fucking go.
Yeah.
I can't do that life. I don't
Different.
know. I've moved a lot recently in the last couple of years, and that shit sucks.
For sure. There's people that do that. There's this guy, right?
Remember, you're not going there and you're not going like working for a job, but you're just experiencing those different places.
Which is awesome.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
There's people like there's this guy. There's a fan that he's in every pay-per-view event. Like he's always
For
there.
what?
Wrestling.
Oh, wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Always there. You always see him in the crowd. This guy, he always, no matter when nobody knows how he gets these tickets and stuff like that, but he's always there. There's people like that are they have that
Oh
ambition.
yeah, like there's people that
Basketball games. Fireman Ed from the Jets.
yeah. I was about to say because I think my homie Joe was saying that he wanted to go to every single baseball stadium.
We've had that conversation literally the other day.
I was gonna get to that. That's my
Yeah.
bucket list. I want to go to as many baseball, football stadiums, and I've been
And
to
NBA.
a bunch already. Like,
and NBA.
I mean, the arenas in the NBA aren't so.
I just want to go to
scenic.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Outside part.
No,
Yeah.
I would like to do. I would like to see
course,
that. Just
to
to experience.
experience it.
I would love to be in that
For sure.
crowd,
The
that
environment.
energy.
If
Yeah,
you're
I
I mean, we
back
went to Fenway Field or
Fenway
Fenway
Park.
Park.
How dare you?
How
Don't
dare
ever
you.
disrespect.
Who
Man,
cares?
who cares? Right? Who cares?
Yeah,
Tackies.
small ass green wall.
Listen, I'm not
Jesus,
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't
No,
a
it was
Yankee.
dope.
I'm a Yankee fan. I was just about to say that. I'm a Yankee fan, die hard, love them to death.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest team ever in existence. Fenway Park is super dope.
Yeah, it is.
Super
I've
dope.
been there so many times.
For
super
sure,
dope.
for sure. It is dope.
We just having this conversation about the parks
I
we've
just
been
went
to.
there for the first time. I would love to go to Camden Yards.
I've been
I would
to
love to go
Camden
to
Yards.
Wrigley's.
Wrigley, yeah, for sure.
I've
You know
been
what I'm
to Tampa Bay.
I would love to go to Texas' new shit. Their new stadium looks super lit.
I've been to Kansas City. That was fire. $5 sat behind home plate.
I'll
when
tell
they
you one
stunk.
place. I'll tell you one place I wanted to go, but I don't want to go no more. In the main park.
Why not?
Was it Astros? Fuck them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I would go there just cause.
Go to
Yeah,
Tropicana
it's nice.
Field.
I've been there.
I was
You-
thinking
have
about
you?
that
I said
one.
that.
Oh, you did? I'm
Never
sorry.
been.
Oh, nice.
It's dope. They got the Stingrays in the center field and shit like that.
Super dope.
Is it Jacksonville Jaguars stadium that has a pool in it?
Do they?
We was just talking about that too.
Really?
Yeah, I think it is.
Could be.
It's either them or Tampa Bay for sure.
Tampa Bay has the ship.
The
so I don't
ship.
think
It
it's
is Jaguars then. There's literally a pool where you can watch the.
I've been to
the game.
mad, not to brag, but mad fucking NFL stadiums too.
You know, growing up poor and broke the way I did, you know, I
I
literally,
mean, I did
like I
this
said,
all older though.
I told you, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I got to experience, like in terms of being there live, was older with you guys. The basketball game, like
Jets game.
the Jets game,
goddamn
well, the
Jets.
baseball. One thing, that's one thing I got to do. Baseball. That's one thing I can. I did a lot of Yankees and a lot of Mets. I did Shea City. I did O.J. Stadium, New Yankee Stadium. I did that, and I
That's
did it
dope.
often.
Four right there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Four in one city.
I've never been to Yankee Stadium.
We gotta take
I'm
you.
upset.
We gotta take you.
I went to the Yankee
Did you
Stadium.
go to O Stadium?
Yes, the last season.
Nah, oh, okay.
The last
nice.
season
I'm
that they
upset
was there, I
never
went. Like I went before that, but I also that was my you know what I mean?
what got me tight? I only went to one Yankee game that they won. Every time I went to a Yankee game, they fucking lost.
Bro, every time I went to
a Mets game, they won.
Every time I went to a Yankees game, Derek Jeter didn't play.
That's trash. Oh my god.
Last time I went to Citi Field, I sat right behind where the third base is, David Wright.
Fire. I mean, I got to see fucking Nomar, Big Poppy, Manny, Pedro. I seen all them play.
He lives a good life.
I seen
Super
everybody.
One thing that's always been on my bucket list, and just a shout out to my guy, but I've always wanted to be courtside in a LeBron James game.
Ooh, courtside.
Yeah, I know, man. That would be super fire, bro. You think? I mean, that's
courtside. That's big boy money. I mean, I've spent like over $1,000 for a wrestling event right there. It was front row.
I mean, I'll do that.
So from the chairs, obviously, the ones you're sitting on.
If this wasn't the times we're in, and I probably would have tried to get the cage tickets to the fucking fight.
Oh, for the fights, for sure. Try to be as close as possible. 100%.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy
I ain't
fight.
in the nosebleeds, but I mean, I'm up there because them bitches was getting expensive. So
I mean,
we spent a good amount of money. We got super close. Remember we went?
But you know what it was? Because we bought them in so far out in advance. That's what it was. Yeah. Because we were super close, and we only spent like $400, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a big game. It was a Cleveland Boston game. It wasn't like fucking Boston versus.
Yeah, and it was I think it was Isaiah Thomas's first game back. Like, remember he came out everybody was cheering and shit.
Yep, it was IT's first game back in Boston, and Dwayne Wade before he got traded. Dwayne Wade was there. Him and LeBron. They played. Derrick Rose was on the team.
It was a bunch of players, bro.
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum was there, of course. No Kyrie.
No Kyrie, he didn't play.
No Kyrie.
I think the Cleveland definitely lost, and because Terry Rozier went off.
Terry Rozier went off. He off the bench. Coming off the bench, he went off. Jaylen Brown caught the reverse.
Super fire.
Yeah.
You know what's on my bucket list for sure, and I know how you guys feel about this. Skydiving. I need to skydive.
Ooh. See, I definitely want to do that.
Fuck no.
But you know what? The more that I don't do it, I'm starting to be like, fuck that shit.
I'm trying to do that shit.
But
I need to feel. I think that's a life-changing moment. I really believe that.
No. In the comments, I want to see how many people want to skydive.
I know mad people that have skydived already.
People that have.
They told me that you need to fucking do it.
I'm all set. I'll do the fake one with the big fan. You put on the suit. I'll do that.
That's an actual
Okay, so fine. It's not fake, but you know what I mean. That's not skydiving.
Obviously not.
It's more of a simulation of it. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I do the simulation.
That's just a fucking.
I do that. I do that. I wouldn't want to physically.
God, that's so
either
another human being. Oh shit! The parent.
No, I'm all set. I'm all set. We just saw somebody. This lady, she broke her legs.
Yeah, but
I went to your crib. That was the day that he dropped you guys off.
World's dumbest. Come on.
World's dumbest, but still.
It's like an old lady skydiving. She's not athletically fit to run on the ground when she lands.
No,
so she fucked up.
No, listen.
I'm not gonna do that.
What happened? Okay. Let me. You see how he explains shit? This guy's a fucking mook. Listen to me.
He's a jamoke.
He's a jamoke smoothie. This dude right here. It was the day he dropped you and Samantha off at the airport. I met him at Yacht Crib. We were chilling, smoking, and had the world's dumbest just for white noise. And it caught our attention because it was a dude for his mom's birthday. And let's look at it. It wasn't an old lady. Okay, don't get it. She was just a lady that was out of shape. You know, little. Okay. You know, nothing wrong with that. You know, we're not fat shaming anything. You know, she was just a little. However, God bless her. You know, that's how she's. I'm pretty sure she's a happy and a wonderful woman. Anyways. For her birthday, he got her thing to go skydiving. The guy put her on. Everything's going to be good. Everything's all set. They skydive. On the landing, first of all, they missed where they were supposed to land because they landed where a bunch of rocks are. That's 100% not the landing zone. So that the whole land zone was already the terrain was not ideal for them. And the second thing is she landed, and like he said, she wasn't, she didn't have the mechanics, so to speak, to get those legs going to properly land. But at the same time, the guy didn't do any better. The guy who was the professional, quote unquote, who was helping her, and she fell over, and he fell over her, and they just tumbled on the landing, and ended up she broke her legs. She broke her legs.
You know what I'm saying?
Like legitimately broke her legs.
She broke her legs.
Oh my god!
I mean, there's no other way. She broke her legs. That was the whole thing. That was the thing. Like for her birthday, she broke her legs. Skydiving. Wow. And that's the thing. It can happen, right? But that's not my reason for not skydiving. I'm not skydiving because I'm not skydiving. Relax.
You lock it up.
You lock it up.
Nah, I mean, hey, listen, that's a really big thing. I'm not knocking him for not skydiving.
For sure, you know what I mean?
But
he can't.
I definitely agree with you that it's an experience that people should.
You want to do because you haven't answered the question.
No, I said I would.
Oh, okay.
I said, but as time goes on and I don't do it, I'm starting to be like, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Set.
But
nah.
You know, it's another one of my bucket lists is I want to go to every state.
Yes, that's something I would love to do. I would love to get in an
RV.
RV.
I'm
gonna give you one better
in every state.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to give you
go to every country.
And I want to do this with a group of people. I want to go across country, bro. In an RV. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
same thing. RV, hit every state. I would like to hit every state too.
But just go east to west, bro, and just, you know what I mean?
Go every state, see what's like the thing in that state, and do it. You know, like they got museums. They got all that.
Just so you need just so much money.
That's the thing.
I don't even think you do though.
You do for gas, yeah, for travel, gas, food. Just for gas and food alone.
I mean,
just gas and food alone. Don't even
doing shit.
But if you go with a group of people, that's, you know what I'm saying. You do groceries. You know what I'm saying.
How long do you think this trip is?
You could do a cross country trip. You could do it a week and a half, 2 weeks.
No,
100%, bro.
100%. I'm looking this up right now.
Look it up.
Listen,
how long does it take to drive?
Listen. It took 18 hours for us nonstop to drive from Brooklyn, New York to Miami, Florida. 18 hours, 100%. When me, D Block, my man D Block, shout out, my sister Daisy, my man Chino, all of us, we went to road trip to Florida. It took us 18 hours.
But that's a different because you're going through traffic, you're doing this stuff. So
listen to this.
What traffic?
It takes 45 hours to drive to coast.
Yeah, it's a day and 19 hours.
Yeah, but now you got to incorporate stopping to eat,
stopping a week and a half,
stopping to do stuff, because that was the whole thing about it, is to do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but depending on what you want to do. But a 2-week thing, you could do exactly what you say. You're not going to be stopping in the middle of nowhere. There's going to be a lot of middle of nowhere. You're just looking around and it's just
I will take a picture. That's fine. Still the pigskin in Montana.
You're not going to want to stop in, was it Tornado Alley?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah.
And other news. Right.
It's not a tornado there every single day.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But you're not gonna want to alarms going off, tornadoes. No, like, oh yeah, this is what I want to experience. No, hit the jets. I'm out.
For the Grand Canyon.
I mean, I'm not saying that a week and a half is what you would want to do, but I'm saying you could. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. Let's plan it. A couple years
from now. That's the case. I got plenty of vacation time.
Yeah.
Let's plan it.
Just gotta get an RV.
Let's plan a couple years from now. Let's make it a
RV. You could probably rent one.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll rent one and we'll just take it.
There's one on the highway. If you're driving,
I see it. Yeah. Right there, there's a bunch of them. Yeah.
I'll be looking at that all day.
We'll go and we'll go and we'll make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah, we'll definitely make it happen.
So, do you think people, like other people, should have? Is it important to have bucket lists?
For sure, I think so. I mean,
bucket lists.
A
bucket list.
Yeah.
You think it's important for people to have bucket lists?
Right.
A bucket list.
Yeah, a bucket list.
They should have multiple.
Oh my God. Wow.
I think it's important. You know what I mean? I think it's definitely for like us, like things that we can look forward to. Look, we just came up with a trip that we could take in a couple years.
For sure.
I think it's helpful. You know what I mean? Just mentally, just for people to be like, I want to look forward to something. How like more happy are you when you have something to look forward to?
Oh, a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like you have your trip.
You're excited.
That you gotta go on.
Sometimes you get that insomnia kick in. You can't sleep.
Yeah,
in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
Even if it's a week away, a couple days away, you're like, oh, I can't wait, man.
Right.
I can't wait.
Super. Just like when y'all was going to the trip to the cruise.
Oh yeah, for sure. We were like 6 months in. We were like, I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
I think that kind of brings it to where everyone should have not only a bucket list, but like maybe a list of goals that they want to accomplish. I think that's important for everybody to have.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, you don't have goals, and what are you really working towards?
It gives you structure in your life. I understand what you're saying. But other people, that's just a double-edged sword, because just can't tell people that. People do what they want to do, period. Some people have goals. Some people don't give a fuck. That's just reality.
But why would someone not have goals though? Like, what would be the reasoning for that?
For whatever, mindsets, different mindsets, and we'll touch into mindsets in a bit, but just the way they're wired, the way they think. You know what I mean? There's people who give up, bro. There's people who give up. You know,
I just think it's, like I said, it's so important.
It is. I agree. Don't worry. No, I'm on your side of it. I definitely agree with it.
It's definitely important. I think it's important for you to have long-term goals, and I think it's very important for you to have short-term goals.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we just talked about it. It gives you a sense of accomplishment.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like gratification. You could accomplish something. Some people will tell you it's good to write them down, just to physically see them. You know what I mean? Physically see them. People put them in their mirrors.
Going back to what I was saying,
you know what I mean?
Believing in manifestation. You know how I felt about it. That's how I got into it before. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, because honestly, that helps you subliminally. Just like you just looking at those things and like, you know what? That's something that I need to do. That's something I want to do.
I think we need to, and it's crazy because I feel like as I say this shit that I need to take my own advice. But
it's the hardest one to take.
I know, right? But I feel like everyone should even if it's a small goal, like we need to celebrate personal achievements more. I think I said this before.
Mm-hmm.
But like just a little shit, like focus the 24 hours ahead of you, right? And I hear this all the time, like you said, you follow people that are, mad positive shit on social media and whatever. And it's just the more I see that shit, I'm like, damn. Instead of thinking long term, like fuck, I don't want to be at this job for 10 more years. Why don't I focus day by day? All right, let's have a good day today and celebrate that shit. You know what I mean? We get so focused like, fuck, today was bad.
And you know what's so crazy is that I think we do a good job with that. When someone puts something in the group chat that they accomplished or they do, like, I think we do a good job of just kind of uplifting each other. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what's up, bro. Keep with it. You know what I mean? And I think more people need people like that in their corner.
Absolutely. For me, it's just, and it's the form of celebration too. I'll give you a perfect example. My man's, for example, he just got his job back as a truck driver, and he loves doing that. That's a shit. He got a CDL. Yeah,
shout out D-Block.
Yeah, shout out my man D-Block. He got it. Yeah, he's back driving. He got a CDL. He got his truck driving job back.
That's
everything.
Big.
He's working, Monday through Friday, weekends off, and all that. And he's happy. He's real excited about it. You know what I'm saying? And I had a conversation about him because he was the type, you know what I'm saying, not to put his business out there, but he already know the deal. I love him. It's not nothing big or nothing bad. But he would work before, and then on weekends, he would be like, yo, I'm going to turn up, I'm going to party, I'm going to drink, I'm going to smoke, and I'm going to listen to music, and I'm going to turn up because I bust my ass all weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, well, now you're older, you have a family, you got to use that in a different way. If you want to celebrate, take your family out to dinner instead, as opposed to going to the crib and getting pissy drunk and spending all your money, You know what I'm saying? This is a form of celebration, you know what I'm saying, that alters as well. Because people, that's all you live for. You know what I mean? In the sense of that's all you live for. You'll just look forward to every weekend turning up, and I told them don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't lose sight of the main reason why you're doing it.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, the fact of the reality is that's life. We're supposed to be busting our ass for this. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of us getting to.
Makes it more worth it.
Exactly. When you go to school, you know what I'm saying? I don't think, for me, I think that school is not meant for what we think is meant for, in terms of go to school, right? In terms of, and hear me out, in terms of like getting an education, you got to be smart.
That's a big
and all.
Conspiracy. We should have said that.
Yeah, I think didn't we say that? We must have talked about
school
it on the side.
that
school is not to teach you about fucking mathematics and shit. It's to
It's
I know it's
for me. I'll get into it right now. It gives you structure in your life. It teaches you how to wake up. It was me and you that talked about it off camera.
Yep.
It gives you structure in life. It makes you where it teaches you how to get up in the morning, get dressed, get ready, go into things. But that's what it teaches you. That's what it teaches you. But they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. They tell you got to go to school to get educated because you got to know what 1 + 1 = 2. You see what I'm saying? And should be told, in reality is you don't need school to teach you that. You'll figure that out along the way. There's some people who don't get it, and that's fine. But more often than not, you know what I'm saying? People will get that because now you.
you get taught that though.
For sure, you get taught all that, but like I said, all that's all just stuff to fill your brain up, to give you that knowledge of it, to have that knowledge of it. But what it is it's just getting ready, like I said, because you go to school when you wake up from 8 to 3, right?
Like
when you have a job,
like a job,
9 to 5,
interaction.
teaches you exactly
Interacting with
social,
your friends.
teaches you
Right.
social skills,
skills,
it teaches you how to interact with other people, teach
Problem
you
solving and all that stuff.
everything, ranging, paying attention.
How to
You know
deal
what I'm
with
saying?
fucking life.
Detailing. That's where the school thing comes into play. Detail into paying attention to detail, things like that. That's where the schooling comes into play. Other than that, school is not what for me. It's not what it made it feel like. I want my son to go to school and I want him to be the shit in school. I want him to learn and all that. I'm not saying like, oh, don't send your kids to school, nothing like that. I'm just saying like that's what it is for. It's to groom you for that. Because in life, going back to the main point of it, is you bust your ass. You get up, you bite down, you go do what you got to do, and then you come home and you relax, you rest up, and that's it. And you just keep going.
I think that was something we might should have touched on. Is the school thing, like college is a scam.
Yeah, and I think that to me, I think school should feed more on what the individual is good at, what the individual is passionate about. That's what school should be. You know what I'm saying?
If I want fucking plays, I need to take some theater arts
Exactly.
classes.
Like that's what it should be. It's more like it's so structured to the point of this is what you have. They give you what you are capable of. When technically you're almost just funneled into that type of lifestyle. You know,
I think your basics you learn when you're younger, and then when you start developing your personality,
feed on your skills, yo. You know what I mean? Like I when I was young, I used to love to
that's
draw.
An option for
you know what I mean? I don't draw anymore. You know what I'm saying?
That's an option for you in college. If they would make that an option for you younger, maybe people wouldn't.
But even
follow
with college,
their goals.
I've gone to college, and the first couple of years, you have to take a certain amount of classes still. You know what I mean? And then even then, you have to pay for what you want to do. You know what I mean? That's like G said, or Kev said that we should have touched that on the last episode because that's a big scam in itself. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But,
for sure.
Yeah.
But that's what school, like, that's for me. That's what school is. It grooms you up on how to get up in the morning, how to, learn how to be somewhere and do something for a set amount of time.
Be a citizen.
Exactly. Just to be because that's what it is. So when you celebrate busting your ass, you know what I mean? That's what I said. It's a way, it's levels. You celebrate a promotion. You know what I mean? You don't celebrate, oh, listen, we don't ever big up each other because you went to work today. Like, hey, I woke up and went to work today. Yeah, nigga, you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to go
Honestly,
to work.
we should be celebrating some of our individuals.
You know what I mean? I mean, we should, hey, yes, but in reality, that's what life is. You just got to get up and go. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, touching on the goals, what personal life goals do y'all have? If you have any.
Personally, just because I didn't grow up the crazy worst, lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like growing up, like I've always been in a family home, or there's been always big family members. I've always wanted to have my own house. That's my dream, to have the house. I mean, the quote unquote American dream. You know what I mean? That's just the family. This
is why I live with you. I swear to God.
You know what I mean?
I was literally thinking like that. I think that's not necessarily everyone's goal, but that's everyone's goal growing up, because that's what society paints the picture of.
100%.
Getting the fucking tire swing, the red door, and the fucking crib with the big family and the dog, and.
But I mean, it's just not my, like, I grew up where everything was hectic, everything was kept going, and I've always wanted just complacency. I wanted comfort, a home. You know what I mean? And I've had homes, but a house.
And here, this is where I tell you that is obtainable. Why? Because I got that, guys.
Sure.
We're in my home. This is my home that I own. I'm not trying to brag. This is my home that I own. Have a wife, have a kid, have a dog. You know what I mean? The backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've obtained that quote unquote American dream.
Wow.
I work. I bust my ass.
Like that.
Right. I bust my ass at my job. My wife busts her ass at her job. We go to work. You know what I'm saying? Have the mother-in-law. You know what I'm saying?
So since you accomplished that, what's your personal life goal?
That's what I was gonna say. That's exactly because I've already accomplished that.
Right.
So for me, because I do have that, is maintaining it. Because it's easy, not as easy as hard as it was to get this. It's 10 times easier to lose it.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing. Going back to the school thing that I was just talking about. That's what grooms you to become that mindset that you have to build. I keep it a stack with you. Before, I was a fucking, like, I was a prick with certain things. I made terrible decisions. Remember my wedding? Like, that was literally on my vows to Booby. You know what I mean? And to everybody, like, I made terrible decisions growing up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the like, book smarts, I was there, bro. Top of the class, grades was high as fuck and all that. But when it came to, like, street shit and, like, smart decisions, logical decisions, I always made the wrong one, son. It's a place where I shouldn't have been because some shit can go wrong. I put myself in those positions, things like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I always made the wrong choice, and just somewhere along that line, bro. It's like I said. Now, you learn from that, and you don't want to go there because you know how easy it is. That wrong move can lose everything. For example, just to prove the point, give you an example. For me to be so pissed off that I go into my job and quit, it's irrational. That's stupid of me. You know what I mean? Because now where my income comes from. Look how now. You know what I mean?
Of course,
I'm gonna lose that easy.
The consequences are a lot greater now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I definitely agree with you.
You know what I mean? So for me, just a goal of mine, and to advance in my job as well. To keep going. You know, I would love to become, supposedly, you know, general managers make good money at the hotel that I work in. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into the bank account figures, but very, very, very good money to the point where, like, my GM is wealthy.
Yeah.
And that's what you want in life. Wealth.
For sure.
Wealth, health, happiness. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I got the happiness. You know what I'm saying? The health I could be a little better in, eating healthy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then just the wealth, you know what I mean? If I can put myself in a position where I would love to be in a position where my wife doesn't have to work. She can stay home. She can raise the kids, take care of the crib.
That's the American dream, right?
For sure. I'll go home. I'll bust my ass. I'll bring home the bacon, the original caveman, quote unquote.
Right.
You know what I mean? The wife takes care of the home. The man comes home and provides. Be the provider. You know what I mean? Let my wife be the mother and nurturer. You know what I'm saying? And that's just for me.
You see, mine kind of come from both of y'all's, like, the happy shit. Like, I think that's been on top of my goals lately, is just to be happy with everything. Number one. Two, you know, that's my next step is, you know, I've been renting for so long now. My next step is getting a house. Like, I want my own house, stability, you know what I mean, where I'm just settled down. But my personal life goal that I've always had, which is, I bet y'all can, when I tell you, you're just going to be like, oh, I can guess that. Because your boy gets always called Ace Ventura. You know, I've always had a thing with animals. I felt like I've had a connection, like on some real shit.
Yeah, no, for
anytime I go to someone's crib with their dogs, like I'm the dog whisperer, they come to me, like, just always had a thing with dogs. You know, I got my son, my baby at home.
Shout out Milo.
Milo, the boy.
Milo.
But I've always, like, and that's a goal like I want to accomplish is I want to buy a animal shelter. You know, buy out all the dogs, and basically have a land. I want to get a piece of land.
Be a breeder.
Nah, I don't want to be a breeder. No, hell no.
Okay.
I want to free all the dogs in the animal shelter and put them in a piece of land, like in a home that I own. I want to buy that shit too, and just have them be free, happy, and take care of them.
Just to kind of like dabble on what you're saying, do you think that could be your passion?
I've thought about that.
Now that we just talked about this and stuff like that, but like just hearing how compassionate you are talking right now, and just me knowing you personally. I mean, me and Kev lived with each other for almost 2 years now. Right. You know what I mean? And I know all these things that I've heard you say it so many times. Like that can lead to everything that we just talked about today. Just that, and I'm not saying go for that.
And I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. And I've looked, you know, I mean, any type of, you know, employment that has to do with saving or helping, doing anything to do with animals. There's not really any wealthy position. Like everything I've looked at is just like, I mean, I make more than that now. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like that would have to be something that I do out of my own time, or I just take it just because I want to. I think
a lot of those people do that because of, not for free, but a lot of people do that. With the exception of course, like veterinarians, like doctors and stuff like that. They get that chicken, but like what you're talking about, they do it because of the love for the animals. Yeah, more for the love as opposed to the pay.
Right, and I hear everything you're saying. All of them ended with just not even ended with, but just kind of my take on it is that. Don't sell yourself short because you don't know what that can lead to. Even if it's wealth, it could lead to something that makes you that wealthy.
Right.
Or it can network you into some place where you love it, bro. You're passionate about it. So it's not going to be a job.
that could end up being your career. The fact that you obtain that, and then you have a thing, and you can advertise it. You have a place where
Bro, you could be a world-renowned dog whisperer, like,
for sure.
Like ranch, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like
what I'm saying. You have your own merch. That's what I'm saying. You have a ranch.
Like, don't sell yourself short.
You can have a ranch where people, if they have strays and all that, or if they have dogs where they can't handle and they don't want to get them to put domesticate and put to sleep or whatever, they can bring them to you and you'll take them and you'll give them that opportunity.
You can own a facility, bro, that has top of the line veterinarians. You know what I mean?
This ties back to what we were saying earlier, and it's to I'm stuttering because this is real. Like, surround yourself with people that encourage your goals.
Right. Yeah, man.
Right there, right there. Like, that's real, bro.
100%, 100%, bro.
For sure.
Like, and I'm saying we're serious, and we're not even being funny about it. We're being super authentic.
Like, and me personally, like, just to kind of get on a personal level, like, I find so much gratification, especially the people that I hold dear to me, my friends, my family, when they're doing good, when they accomplish it. Like, I 100% feel it, like if it happened to me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
100%, I'm with you there. I take so much pride of when I hear somebody close to me accomplish something, did good, something good happened to them. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so
I feel like I win too, man. You know what I mean?
But you're right though. Like that shit is what I'm passionate about, bro. Like,
I'm telling you, dive into that, bro. Like, for real,
don't
man.
deserve animals, bro.
100%, no, 100% we don't.
And
100%
when I
we don't.
see,
I agree.
That shit on like online about motherfucking people abusing dogs, leaving dogs, like all that shit. Any animal for that matter. It's like, ow, yo, that shit just.
You can
listen. You know what I mean?
It's not far fetched. It's not crazy to think that one day you can obtain a place like you said, like Tay said, where you got a little ranch, you got a little piece of acres where
sky's the limit,
you take
man.
it and you tell people like that. That's it. You're having trouble with your dog. You have love. You want them to live out the rest of the years free and happy. You know what I'm saying? This and third. You take it from you. You could do it whether free of charge. Yo, I'm just doing it for the love. You can do it for a small fee, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you go and you take care of them, and you can have that's
it could
a
be
thing.
a non-profit organization.
Yeah, right.
Just like,
you can get sponsors. Who knows? You can get sponsored. You can just do the. You can start doing it all for free, nigga, and then you never know.
Don't get me wrong. It ain't about the money. Like,
for sure, I know.
No, that's what we're saying.
Right.
The passion is gonna bring all that money. You
Exactly.
know
I'm saying, as for now, for me to make a life change, like there's no. I wouldn't be able to necessarily survive, like pay my bills.
Of course,
Yeah,
and
that's the hard part.
And that brings when we started off the list with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is some people, they have to take that leap. You know what I mean? You have to change your mindset.
That ties it in. I mean, it's all fucking mindset.
Yeah,
Not even, it could come to a point where let's say if you retire. Say you retire.
Oh, then
what you got? You see what I'm saying? And then and you can still do it, and you can still mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Goal obtained. You can still do it. Doesn't have to be done
Harrison
right now.
Ford started his acting career when he was like 38.
Nigga, Jay-Z didn't drop Reasonable Doubt till 27.
I'm past 27, so.
No, but you understand what I'm saying? It's never too late. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I know.
You know, it's never too late.
And that's something that I know I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? That I ain't worried about it. Like,
yeah, and that's and there's little goals that gets you to that bigger goal, bro. You gotta just do your research, just dive into it. You know what I mean? Honestly, and what we kind of take for granted is the amount of free time we have. You just talked about time. I don't have the time to think. We have a lot of free time. Someone told me there's 24 hours in a day. We only spend 12 hours of it really doing something that we need
if
to
you
do.
think about it, we're sleeping for maybe 8.
So that's what
12 to 8. You're sleeping.
Going
at the end of the day, if you want it that much,
going back to what
course,
that's where you got to balance it. That's your balance where it comes from. In reality,
with our schedules.
And in reality, that's what life is made for. You have 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep.
I don't got 8 hours of work.
No, I'm just saying. I know you don't, but
he's making a point.
Yeah, right. There's some people that got 2 hours of work, 4 hours of work, but in general, that's what it's going back to.
Have a lot more time.
Yeah, going back to what I'm saying, what it was meant to be: 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of free time for yourself. And in those 8 hours of free time for yourself, you better fucking figure it out. You get your workout in, get your whatever in, whatever it is you do on that your free time. That's what you got to do. That's how my life is right now. 8 hours I work. Wow, my son's going in. 8 hours of the day I work. I try to get 8 hours of sleep. I don't, so I come the rest of the time. I use it to do other things: play my video games, spend time with you guys, spend time with the family, whatever it is. You know what I mean? And people have different balances and things like that. I would love to get 8 hours of sleep. I don't ever. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's supposed to be made up of.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just to kind of just your mindset is just that, in anybody for that matter, if you have something that you find, you know, that you are passionate about, the time is you can start at any time. You can literally just start at any time and just chase that passion because you do not know where it's gonna lead you. Especially nowadays, man. There's so many outlets and different ways that you can actually feed that. You know what I mean?
You know what? When we say like changing your mindset, there's always a picture that I remember from back in the day that I always think of, and it's like it's almost something like I almost want to print out and like put on my fucking like door before I go to work or something. It's literally a picture of someone's. It's on a bus. Good.
I'm good. I'm good. Good.
Did you just pull out a chainsaw
Yeah,
or something? You got a saw?
Yeah, it was literally applause.
Nice.
What?
Thank you.
Oh,
It was an
okay.
applause,
Nah,
man.
it's a picture, right?
You got a soundboard we don't know about, sir?
Listen to me. The picture. There's two people on a bus sitting on each side, looking out both sides of the window. One is super fucking like rainy
I've seen
and
it.
ugly,
I've seen
and
it.
the other is
Perception.
sunny.
It's perception.
It's all about perception. So you can choose what side to sit on. You choose how to start your day. You don't wake up
sure.
mad. We talked about this before too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have.
You choose to wake up happy and start your shit good.
Mhm.
Chances are you might have a good day.
It's all mindset, bro. It's all mindset. It's just hard because there is always monkey wrenches that's thrown in, and something bad can always change your day. That one little thing can fuck up your whole entire day, son.
But-
It's up to you. Exactly. That's when it comes to the mindset. You got to be strong enough to not let
This
it
is what I
succumb
say. We need to take our own advice saying this shit.
100%. Yep.
Because with all the negative shit that happens, you know, the screws that you get hit with, the bullshit that gets,
Mhm.
you know, thrown your
Nails
way
thrown
throughout
your
the
way.
day in
Mhm.
life, there's always positive to see through it, though.
And I'm a firm believer that those are tests. Those are little tests that test our character, test our patience, our those things. You know what I mean? And sometimes we fail those tests, and we're human. That's what we're programmed to do. But like
People
you said,
can relate. People can relate. Everybody
we
can
do
relate
have
to
to
that.
take our
Yeah.
own advice, and that goes with everything we just said today, man. You know what I
100%.
mean? Like I encourage us. I encourage you listeners. I encourage anybody that has an ear to this audio. Like, go for whatever you feel like is gonna bring you happiness. You know what I mean? And a lot of that starts with your passion. You know what I mean?
You know, there's a couple things that I've started, like, doing as far as, changing my mindset. Like, we've talked about it. Like, I started working out crazy, like, trying to eat healthier. I mean, I'm failing kind of, but, that'll come. But, going to the gym, like, that's mentally and physically good right there. Like, that shit helps a lot. I've never done it before, so now that I'm doing it, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, you're getting it done.
Yeah, like, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? And then one thing I'd be trying to do, too, is, when you wake up, our first instinct is grab our phone, scroll through shit, see what's up. Nah. And you know what's crazy is I took this from Kanye. Kanye, when he went on one of them Twitter rants, this motherfucker said, "Why instead of waking up, don't use your phone for the first half hour. Free your mind. You're, like, life is a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, live. Get so sucked into the fucking phones. Like, true though. Like,
No.
first thing you want to do is scroll through Instagram when you wake up.
Yeah.
Nah, like, get your mind right for the day. Don't look through your phone. Be in your head. Like, think. You know what I mean?
Take walks and like,
Mindset.
leave your phone at home. Just
man,
embrace.
You know me.
what
Like, I
mean?
walk
Like,
Milo and I'm just no phone. Like, I'm
That's
out there.
that's
Like,
I mean, I 100% agree. That's definitely, and you slowly see yourself changing your mindset on things.
Do you know it's a good idea if once you wake up, the first thing you're supposed to do?
stretch.
Besides stretch.
Breathe.
Get a drink of water. Like a fresh
Just-
cup of water.
Well,
Within the
we've had
first 10
this,
minutes of you waking
Right.
up.
and it's supposed to be a warm cup, kind of cold.
No, a cup of water, a room temperature cup of water, but it has to be a fresh room temperature.
But
You can't just have something
I've
sitting
heard you're
there.
supposed to do that before bed too, but that's why you wake up. And
No,
pee.
you don't. You're not supposed to do it before bed because that's what interrupts your sleep.
Yeah, 'cause you wake up and pee.
For sure. You gotta
Like Forrest
pay.
Gump, I gotta pay.
Yeah. 100%.
You're supposed to drink water before the shower too, to get your like your fluids going and shit.
Yeah, they say like it's bad for you to take like really hot showers.
Fuck that. That's all I do.
Yeah, I know. But
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people take There's people. I know people who take cold showers, nigga.
Oh,
I knew
wow.
that.
They're a
Nuts.
fucking
Yeah.
psycho.
For sure. That's how I looked at it. Like,
Oh
oh
my
my god.
God.
I know people. There was like this one dude, son.
What?
Yo,
How?
son. There was this one dude, and we had swimming class,
I
bro.
can't imagine being like
That
this in the
nigga
shower.
and the shower, that shit was brick, bro.
Oh,
and that
man.
nigga loved it, son.
Bro,
And
I
he was like,
remember-
"Yeah, I take cold showers."
I remember living with like my cousins and my brother. We used to be in the shower, bro, and motherfucker, we lock the
Together?
door or whatever. No, we used to be in the shower. We'll lock the door or whatever,
Together?
and then when somebody knocks on the door, like, yo, I use the bathroom. Yo, 1 or 2, 1, bro. Come in, psych, number 2, and then they'll take. You almost forget they're there. Like, yo, hurry up, man. And all of a sudden, niggas pour a cold glass of water.
Water and ice.
Oh my god.
Water and ice. We used to do that. Water and ice. Yeah. Cousins, right there. Just catch them. This is the worst. That shit sucked. For sure.
But I think I should or everyone just find something that encourages you to find those passions, to change those mindsets that you have. You know what I mean? I think that's what we're more kind of saying. You know what I mean? Find that those vices that kind of, you know what I'm saying, get you going.
Right. I mean, like I said, I think it's important. Everyone just because you write something down, like you say, you see it, and if you accomplish it, it feels good.
Oh my god!
No matter what the fuck it is,
literally crossing it off.
It's like check.
You know what I'm saying? It visually it does something to you.
I mean, and this might not even work for somebody, but find whatever the fuck it is that helps you and do that shit. That's a goal itself. Be better than you were yesterday.
I think I have this conversation a lot with some of the people that I hold dear with me, but I think us growing up, we kind of take for granted. But I also think that if people should think about therapy. Therapy is a really, really
I know a lot of people that do therapy.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's very, very important. Sometimes people,
if you need it,
yeah. Even if you don't, I know people that don't necessarily are not necessarily going through something traumatic or wrong, but I think that they just want to let off their thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're in our thoughts a lot of the times. You know what I mean?
But the reason why I say
bounce it off somebody that doesn't have a agenda in your life. You know what I mean?
The reason why I say if you need it is because this can be a form of therapy. See what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily need therapy. You talking to your friends, you kicking it with your significant other, things like that. That can be your therapy. People always find stuff to go to. How many times we be like, yo, this is my favorite part of the day. Going through the day, all the bullshit, all that leads us to right here where we can lock in, play some COD, get some dubs. You know what I'm saying? And those moments.
100% therapy.
That's therapeutic. Sure. That's therapeutic. That's our relief. That's our getaway. You know what I'm saying?
What we're trying to say is that we hope everyone takes something from this and accomplish some shit, because that'll make us fucking happy. That makes me happy. Like, why do you want to see someone not do something they want?
Right.
Haters.
Right.
And you just gotta understand, people as a society, though, you can't always get that, because then there's no such thing as a perfect world. You see what I'm saying? That sounds good in the perfect.
Of course not.
Sounds good in the perfect world. Everybody happy and everybody.
But that's along. A mindset thing itself. Is like be happy for others.
And I think that doesn't mean that people shouldn't try.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think people, you know what I'm saying? I think you should continue as hard as it gets. You should try just as hard just to get there. You know what I mean?
Listen, we know for a fact, our listeners out there, we know you're beautiful people. You know what I mean? We know you guys are tuning in and giving us your support, and that shows a lot right there. That shows what kind of people you are. That's pretty much what we're talking about here. I want to give a couple of shout-outs. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out my man Flames the Prince. Check him out, all socials. He does music, beast. I'm not just saying that because he's my boy, he's my best friend or anything like that. I love the guy, good guy, he's authentically good. Shout out to him, man. Definitely had conversations, moments with him that was therapeutic. You know what I mean? And we've been through a lot. I want to shout out him. I want to shout out my man Mo. You know what I'm saying? You've been listening to every episode, always hit me up with feedback. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Just taking your time out, listen really quickly. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it a lot. I'm pretty sure you guys have people that that same thing, right? Same situation.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, just kind of touching on this, I think it's important that we do shout out those people. You know what I mean? One person I could think of at the top of my head is my main man, Nico. He's a firefighter for Hartford, man.
Shout out.
He's out there saving lives. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just recently he has his own IPA.
Word?
Yeah, that's man. Fire. So he's out there,
grinding, Nico.
Yes, sir. Some called Spanish Fly.
Okay,
super dope, man.
Sponsor? No,
yeah.
But no, that's
right.
dope.
Hey, for real.
That's dope though. Shout out to him. That's
man. He's definitely put his time, his effort into it.
And that's going back to that's dope that you mentioned that. That's going back to exactly what we were talking about throughout the whole episode.
Right.
Him getting it, him grinding. Now he's a firefighter. Now he has his own brand of IPA. How many fucking people have their own brand of anything? Right. You know what I'm saying? Let alone beer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Alcohol.
And from what I heard, it's good. Like people he's been selling
Nico,
out and all that.
Nico, what up? We need a case.
Yeah, for sure.
What up? Hook us up. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink.
You know what I
Right
mean?
when the visuals get popping, we'll be cheersing a fucking
Hey,
Spanish
listen,
fly.
I listen.
sure,
I don't
man.
want to sponsor some, especially if it's good. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
man.
IPA. Shout out to. He said it's called Spanish Fly.
Spanish fly, man.
Shout out Spanish Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to shout out, a couple people, my friends that are in the podcast space, and
Okay.
kind of
All the podcasters.
inspired, and doing it together is like a dope thing. So
For sure.
I want to shout out, our boy D, Sophisticated Podcast. Go and give them
Fire.
a follow and listen.
Shout out D.
Fire
Hey.
over there.
Boy.
Want to shout out my boy B Wood. Just hit me up with a follow. I just realized he had a podcast. We're Not Here to Be Right, or I'm Not Here to Be Right podcast. So
Alright.
give them a listen.
Okay.
And my boy Bob Hobart, it's the Bearded Man podcast. Give that a listen as well. So shout out to y'all for doing y'all
Yes,
thing too.
man.
Shout
For
out,
sure,
shout out.
for sure.
Any other shout outs? I mean,
Shout out to G and Tay.
right. Shout out to
Kevin G.
and shout out to Tay and Kev. But then also one more before we go. Shout out to all the listeners, everybody. If we didn't name you individually, it's not because we're thinking about you. We just don't want to make this whole ending just about.
Oh yeah, we
shout
keep
out to
going. The
everybody.
credits could keep growing.
Yeah, the credits will keep rolling for all.
You're all loved.
You're all loved. We'll shout you out in a future episode when we, you know what I'm saying, when that time comes. But just all in all, on a serious note, thank you everybody. We appreciate everything.
And
Yeah.
as always, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Definitely. And please, man, don't be afraid to give us that feedback, that those critics. Like we want to hear some really, really good things just to make us better. You know what I mean? I think it's been time where we're moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. Love you guys.
It's your boys. Hey, Kev G. We appreciate you for making room for 3.